This isn't just another ghost story whispered in the dark. This is an account with real witnesses, police reports, and a trauma so deep that the woman at the center of it still locks her doors and windows every single day before the sun even sets. The year was 1997. The place, Kuwait. Nura was at the peak of her career, the most sought-after wedding singer in the country. But one phone call was about to change everything. It started with a ring on her landline. The voice on the other end spoke in pure Arabic, the formal, royal dialect you only hear in palaces. The caller wanted Nura for his daughter's wedding. The catch? The address was 20 kilometers into the open desert, past the city lights, near an old, rusted water tower. Nura was hesitant, but the money was impossible to refuse. The caller offered triple her usual fee and sent half of it in cash to her doorstep the very next day. There was no return address on the package. On the night of the wedding, Nura and her band met a guide at the water tower. They followed his car into the pitch-black dunes. Suddenly, a massive ancient palace appeared out of the sand. It was beautiful, lit by flickering lanterns and smelling of heavy oud and incense. As soon as they stepped out, their guide's car simply vanished into the night. No thank you, no this way, just silence and the desert wind. At 10:30 p.m., the performance began. For a moment, the courtyard was empty. Then, in the blink of an eye, 300 guests appeared from the shadows. They were dressed in fine silks and veils, but something was off. They didn't talk. They didn't laugh. They just danced. Their movements were too perfect, synchronized in a way that no human crowd could be. One woman approached Nura to offer a tip. When their fingers brushed, Nura's blood ran cold. The woman's skin wasn't just warm, it was scalding, as if she had been standing inside a furnace. Then came the moment Nura will never forget. A thick cloud of incense smoke settled on the floor. As the women lifted their traditional robes to dance, Nura looked down. Underneath the expensive silk, there were no human feet. Sticking out from the dresses were black, hairy hooves. Nura realized she wasn't at a royal wedding. She was performing for a gathering of jinns. She wanted to scream, but she knew she couldn't stop. In the old lore, if you accept their hospitality, you must finish your task, or you belong to them. So, with tears streaming down her face and her voice cracking, she sang for her life for 4 straight hours. At exactly 3 o'clock in the morning, the lights flickered and died. Silence reclaimed the desert. When Nura and her band found their flashlights, the 300 guests were gone. The temperature in the room plummeted so fast that the sweat on their skin turned to ice. They ran. They abandoned their instruments, their microphones, and their shoes, sprinting through a hallway that felt like a shifting maze until they reached their cars. They drove into the desert in total darkness, too afraid to even turn on their headlights. The next morning, Nura returned with the police. They found her tire tracks leading to the exact spot. But there was no palace, no lanterns, no silk, just empty, scorched sand. Records later revealed that a mansion had once stood there, but it was demolished in 1987, exactly 10 years before Nura's performance. Nura never sang again. She retired that day, leaving her fame behind, forever haunted by the night she sang for the guests with hooves.